Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. We welcome you to our online session. Take Warrior. So this is the part 2, natural vegetation and wildlife. The last part I concluded with biome. Now biome is the term used for the large area growth of forest on this earth. So here listed in order of availability of soil, water and heat, that is the temperature, the five principles biomes, the five principal biomes of the world are listed here. Now forest, savanna, grassland, the savanna grassland, desert, tundra. Now you can see this in the large area covered on this earth. So now we are going to learn about the types of forest, which is very, very important in this class 9. And here the first type of forest we are going to learn is about tropical. Now tropics is related to the area which is near to the equator. It's equatorial region where this kind of forests are prevailing. Now the characteristics of this forest are enlisted here. Now first of all the rainfall. It's about 200 centimeters with short dry season. Found in rainy parts. We are learning with Indian perspective. So in India, which are the regions that receive the rainfall about 200 centimeters and uh, consists of this kind of rain forest. So Western Ghats, Kerala, Karnataka, island groups, Andaman Nicobar, Lakshadweep, and upper parts of Assam and the coastal of Tamil Nadu. Now, trees reach of great heights up to 60 meters. So, already I have told tropical rainforests are also mentioned as evergreen forests. This all you would have learnt in the lower class, but more concentration is given in an elaborate manner in the standard. So, they are also called evergreen because they sustain the greenery throughout the year, and the shedding of leaves doesn't get the time span, and it's not uh, allowing itself to have a dryness. So because rainfall persists every day, so trees reach up to 60 meters. So canopy, it covers the whole area into darkness and very less sun rays penetrates. So it's like umbrella. Canopy means umbrella. It covers like umbrella. So this is the shape of umbrella. So the forest covers uh, very thick, and it is like umbrella, which doesn't allow the sun rays to penetrate. And this region is warm and wet throughout the year because sun rays is very scanty to penetrate, and that's why it is wetty. And it has a luxuriant vegetation, very rich with kind of varieties, trees, shrubs, creepers. These creepers, they just creep around the trees and never give the space for the sun rays to penetrate. So this is how as the trees are closely packed and the creepers around, so it never allows the sun rays to penetrate easily, and it's multi-layered structure. So It is not having a single layer, it's a multi-layered, so it's very thick. And already I've given examples like Amazon and Congo. And in India, such type of forests are seen because of rain. And evergreen forests, as they are, no definite time of trees to shed their leaves, as I mentioned. And commercially important trees like ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, and cinchona. And common animals found here are elephants, monkey, lemur, and deer, one-horned rhino in Assam, found in the jungles of Assam, West Bengal, tiger, you can see famous West Bengal for, but here one-horned rhino is there in West Bengal also, and other plenty of birds, bats, scorpions, etc. are found. So I said that wildlife are accommodating the big animal to the smaller ones. So this forest accommodates all kinds of animals. Now, this is the tree structure you can see here, tall emergent trees of evergreen forest or tropical forest, dense canopy, thick, denseness thick, and short trees are there, shrubs are there. So, all these layers, multi-layered, from tall to small. So, 40 meter, 30 meter, 20 meter, and 10 meters. So, these are the height. So, you can see the height of the trees and the thickness of the forest. So stratification of tropical forest, you can see. Now here, this is a picture related to this tropical evergreen, how lush and green they are. So next type of forest you can see is tropical deciduous forest. Very important, but not uh, related to evergreen forest because this is different. It is related to rainfall that varies this forest from that. So this is very, very important. As you are learning the vegetation, natural vegetation, the types of forests you are learning in detail, it is related to mainly climate and rainfall. And first you learn the evergreen forest or the tropical evergreen forest. Here you are learning now is deciduous, tropical deciduous. Around equator, little far away, you can see that 70 centimeters and 200 centimeters require rainfall between 70 to 200. It's not above 200, it's between 70 to 200, called monsoon forest. So when the rainfall persists, only then the lush green forest, otherwise it dries. So non-monsoon season it dries, it sheds. So it has a span of the greenery and dryness because it depends on the monsoon. And the area is not receiving above 200, it is between 70 to 200. So when it lags, it shows the dryness. Now trees shed their leaves for about 6 to 8 weeks in summer. On the basis of availability of water, these forests are divided into moist and dry deciduous. So in this forest itself, according to the rainfall, it is divided into moist and deciduous. So distinguishes between these two I will discuss. Common animals found here lion, tiger, pig, deer and elephants and other huge variety of birds, lizards, snakes, tortoises are found in this deciduous forest. Now what are the differentiated between? We are going to see. Now here this is the moist deciduous. That means the rainfall is bit high compared to the dry deciduous. So it is not lush green as moist, you can see. So the distinguish is being presented here to your benefit. Now moist deciduous found in areas between 100 to 200 centimeter rainfall and dry deciduous between 75 to 100. So then you can think where the rainfall is prevailing more in our country. So found in northern, northeastern states. Equatorial forest you saw northern Assam, but here the foothills of Himalayas, Jharkhand, West Orissa, eastern slopes of Western Ghats, not western slopes, eastern slopes. They are deciduous forests. Now found in rainier, moist deciduous is in eastern slopes. So found in rainier parts of peninsula, plateau, and plains of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. They are receiving rainfall but very less. Now very less compared to 75 and 100 and not 100 to 200. So they are moist when they receive 100 to 200. Now this is between 75 to 100. So not high as the moist deciduous receives. So they are open stretch with has teak sal, people neem, and other trees. Now, important species here for deciduous, moist deciduous is teak, bamboo, shisham, kusum, mulberry, silk worms are on this mulberry tree region. So, large part of vegetation has been cleared for cultivation and some parts are used in grazing land in dry deciduous because this plateau region, learned in pastoralist lesson that how the community, pastoralist community, they move from one wet region to dry region, and this is the region where they prefer for pastoralism, uh, their herding job. So a lot of grazing takes place in this plateau, dry deciduous forest areas. Now, what influences the kind of vegetation found in the mountains? Now, the decrease in temperature with increasing altitude. So, mountain forest is always influenced due to fall in temperature as the altitude is increasing high up. So, increasing altitude. So, temperature falls. Temperature falls. So, corresponding change in nature. So, the types of trees available will be different here. Succession of natural vegetation belt in the same order as we see in the tropical to the tundra region. So, we can see further what influence it has. Now, tropical thorn forest and scrubs. Now, requires rainfall less than 70 centimeters because dry region completely found in semi-arid region of Gujarat, Rajasthan. So mostly desert regions, and they consist of thorny trees, bushes, acacias, cactus, so Rajasthan, Thar desert. Trees are scattered and have long roots that you have learnt in 7th standard also. How the dry region area, desert region plants, trees go deep root under the earth and take the water. So they find the water. So spreading in a radial pattern, isn't it? Radial pattern, deep root, and this is the surface, isn't it? So you can see the deep radial pattern that finds the water, isn't it? So this is all the and a cactus which stores water in desert area. So stems are succulent to conserve water. So this kind of thorny and cactus plants, they have this kind of stem that stores the water. Now, common animals found rats. As I said, wildlife, you are going to learn accommodating big animals to small animals. And you are learning here rat, mice, rabbits, wolves, tiger, which are prevailing in this kind of forest, thorny forest. Now, this illustrates the picture which depicts the thorn and scrub vegetation. Now, mangrove forest is nothing but it is prevailing in the water area, a lot of river water, deltic region, so coastal region, salt, sea water. So there it can prevail. Now, coast influenced by tides. So the tides come and go like West Bengal area, or you can see the coastal region of Tamil Nadu, etc. So mud and silt get accumulated, and on such coast, this kind of forest grow. And Sundarban forest is very famous. It is the Ganga Brahmaputra Delta region. It's the largest delta region, and this forest where Sundari trees grows alone. So found in deltas of Ganga, the Mahanadi, Krishna, Godavari in south and north Ganga, Sundari trees as I mentioned, Ganga Brahmaputra delta, and provide durable, hard, long-lasting wood is available from this forest. Other plants like palm, coconut, of course, in south coastal region and mostly coastal region, they'll have palm trees and coconut trees. Famous animal found Royal Bengal tiger in West Bengal. Most beautiful tiger this is. Common animals and Bengal tigers, world famous tiger. Now turtles, crocodiles, gharials, snake, etc. are found in this kind of forest. So, how you can see this kind of forest in Tamil Nadu, Pichavaram. If you go, you can see the tidal forest. So you can see that how the trees are different from other forests, mostly grown in the water, half submerged water. This is what the trees are. Waterlogging area they are grown. If you go to Pichara, you can see this. Now mountain forest, the altitude range, you can see the as high the mountain that varies in trees and the forest vegetation. So very high range of mountains, Tundra region, or in India, the greater range called Himadri, snow-covered range, if you see, is Himadri throughout the year. So you don't have trees growing there, mosses and lettuce, small, small plants only can grow. And alpine grasslands. Then beyond 3,600 meters, shrubs and scrubs. So this is the range. It's very high, most highest range. Now, common animals found in Kashmir, you can see spotted deer, wild sheep, jack, Tibetan antelope, yak. So the Ladakh and Kashmir region, you can see this kind of red panda. You'll be learning in the other part, forthcoming part, wildlife. You'll be seeing the wonderful animals, illustrated pictures. Now, temperate forests, grasslands, silver fir, juniper, pine. So it's between 3,000 to 3,600 meter. Now, temperate is a region where temperate latitude is. That is Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. It's beyond the equator region. So it's moderate climate, not too cool, not too hot. So you have mostly grasslands because trees cannot grow in such land where rainfall is less. But a modest climate it has, moderate climate. Sorry. So 1,500 to 3,000-meter temperate forest with conifers, pine, deodar, silver fir, spruce, that is southern slopes of Himalayas. They are. And 1,000 to 2,000-meter wet temperate evergreen broadleaf forest, oak and chestnut. So these are the range of the high altitude mountain forest areas. Now this is a mountain area picture that depicts how the Himalayan mountains are and the vegetation. The two different vegetation in the mountain. And the tribes in the pastoralism lesson you learned that how the tribes use the alpine grasslands for the extensive grazing by the Gujas and Bhakarwas. You learned that they move to the high mountains during summer and step down during winter to get a moderate climate that is feasible for their animals, and it is fed on the grasslands in the foothills of shivaliks during winter. So you can see that during winter, the high lifted mountains will not give the pastoralists the grass because it's snow covered. So they have to naturally step down to shivaliks in the winter season. So summer only they can be to the alpine grasslands. So this is a picture of the tribes who move up high and come down during winter. So thank you to be with this topic, which concludes with how the different types of vegetation prevails due to the climate and rainfall that influenced by temperature also. So the various types of forests you experienced and how the animals prevail according to the climate and the forest that accommodates the various kind of animals and vegetation. And you can see that this type of forest, how they become the home for the various wildlife and what is the wildlife situation in the current period of time? We'll be learning in the next part. Hope you have enjoyed this topic. More interesting contents are followed in the next part. Thank you to be with us and don't forget to press the subscribe button and enjoy the video.